All right, it is time to continue our preview for the NFL season as we look ahead to the 2024-2025 campaign. And this one, we are starting to get a bit more into the projection aspect of things. The first couple, looking back at last year, the part one today was looking a little bit at like just a bit more matter of factly, like who are the best teams, who are the best players. Now let's project some stuff. So players who have a chance to really, who I think will really break out this season. At 5, Patrick Queen. I said this is the best free agent signing this offseason. The Pittsburgh Steelers, I think, get a real one in Patrick Queen and help them build a defense that if TJ Watt gets hurt, can still sustain a little bit. I think this is going to be a year that everyone recognizes who Patrick Queen really is. At 4, it's J.K. Dobbins. He is going to be the most talented running back on a run-heavy team, probably, with the LA Chargers. I hope he doesn't get a workhorse workload or anything like that. But injuries have really denied us of getting to see what J.K. Dobbins can do. And I understand, assuming he's going to be the guy who he was at Ohio State, is asking a lot of someone whose lower body has just been decimated from injuries. But I still think there is going to be a very talented running back there. And I think that this is a guy, there's obviously health concerns if you're drafting him in fantasy, but from a real life NFL standpoint, he is going to be someone who I think has a real chance of breaking out in 2024. Another running back just ahead of him, Tyjae Spears. I think it is insane that people think Tony Pollard is going to be the #1 running back in Tennessee. Spears is infinitely better than Tony Pollard is. And I think he is really poised to break out and show everyone that he can be a true weapon for the Tennessee Titans. They are not going to be the Derrick Henry run team of the last half decade or so, and that's fine. I think Tyjae Spears is still going to be a guy who is going to put up some really big numbers. And from a fantasy standpoint, this guy could be an absolute standout for fantasy that you could get in the late rounds. So I think opportunity is going to suggest this guy is going to really put it together. At 2, it is Jameson Williams. I have been saying for years that there is an insane amount of talent in this guy. And he breaks off a big play in the NFC title game. And that just kind of solidified, like, yeah, that this guy, I think this guy is going to get it. And I think now having a full training camp, a full season to really unleash things with the Detroit Lions, I think he opens up something in this offense that they just truly haven't really had before, in terms of like his big playability. Obviously, Amon-Ra St. Brown is one of the best receivers in the league. But Jameson Williams, in terms of like being able to take a top off a defense and all those type of cliches, I think he really will show people that there has been a lot of talent there. And if they can really unlock it in Detroit, it could be a special season for the Lions. And the #1 breakout player for 2024-2025 is Christian Watson. Watson is a guy who is, like, again, injuries have kind of slowed him up a little bit in the first few years out in Green Bay. But the thought that all those receivers are close in talent might be true for the rest of them. When Christian Watson is healthy, Christian Watson is the guy. And I think he will show this year, again, that this is a player that has such a well-rounded skill set. And I think he will be able to show that. And again, a couple of these are based on health for sure. I mean, all of them are. It's football, right? But this is absolutely a player who I think we see receivers take these jumps year 1 to year 2 and then year 2 to year 3 for sure. I think he is someone who is primed with a good chemistry with his young quarterback and Jordan Love to take a gigantic step forward here in 2024.